All right, here we go. A little discomfort may occur. Crunch these numbers. Nearly 90% of the world's men are not circumcised. In the late 70s, about the same percent were getting snipped in America. Now only 55% are. Some say why, and that's a good question. And some say, well, they're pointing to online activism. This might not surprise you, but our very own Becky Worley cuts to the chase.
You've seen the online promises. 2 extra inches, only $20 extra. But there's another growing online movement that takes the sanctity of the penis seriously. Circumcised as an infant, angry about it as a grown man, now Greg Durbin is trying to bring back his foreskin.
I am restoring.
Durbin started an online and offline group, Students for Genital Integrity.
People don't like to talk about these things. Doctors don't want to talk about it, and parents don't want to talk about it. It's like this big secret.
70-year-old Wayne Griffiths has no secrets about his foreskin or the restoration products featured on his website. They're a treasure trove of gadgets that weigh down and stretch the skin and restore some of the nerves lost in circumcision.
Now, because of the internet, there are a lot of younger men, that is in the late teens and 20s and whatever, that are saying, wow, is this what I've lost?
Don't worry, this guy knows exactly what you're thinking.
You guys are nuts.
And I know you're curious. Do these devices make you walk funny?
I bring the skin up above the head, and I put this little wristband on and feed skin through it. And it has just enough tension to keep it in place.
But what about locker room anxiety? I mean, foreskins aren't the norm here.
Then there are the sexual implications. Now, this is just one woman's perspective, but you know, guys with foreskins, kind of a novelty item. And you know what? When things get hot and heavy, it's not an issue. What is an issue, thousands of nerve endings cut out. Some estimates put circumcised guys losing 30% of the feeling down there. That can't be good.
Thinking about foreskin restoration or maybe planning a bris for your new baby boy, the decision may come down to the issue of feeling.
This exquisite increase of tingly, kind of warm sensations that essentially you can still regain at any point.
Students for Genital Integrity have gained a lot of momentum. 5 student groups have sprung up, and Durbin is even holding foreskin restoration seminars all over the country, Chris. I can get you the schedule.
I don't know why I feel comfortable talking to you about this, but I actually do. But I do have a question. The feeling issue, I mean, how do you actually quantify the percentage of loss?
Well, it's kind of a percentage of the nerve cells that are actually lost. But if you want a qualitative parallel, rub your finger lightly up and down on the inside of your hand, on your palm, then do the same thing on the back side of your hand. The difference in sensitivity is supposedly comparable to the feeling lost during circumcision.
Becky, you are a true expert. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. Sure, they're for kids, but we know you play with remote-controlled cars when no one's looking. Here's cool stuff.
Tyco's new Power Changers RC cars are for land and sea. They have interchangeable motors, so 1 minute you're racing a car. The next, you're sailing in your hovercraft. The remote is easy to use, and the cars and boats go in all different directions. Whoa, watch it, buddy! A new wheelchair is making getting around easier. Independence Technology has created the iGlide. It looks like any other wheelchair, but there are sensors on the wheels. Microprocessors sense how fast a person wants to go, depending on how hard they turn the wheel. A motor then kicks in, gliding the person where they want to go. Reuse your shoes. Just make sure you air them out first. The National Recycling Coalition is now collecting old sneakers, along with your bottles and newspapers. Why? They can be ground up and made into surfaces for running tracks and tennis courts. I'm Brett Larson, and that's cool stuff.
There are centers all over the country where you can drop off your old shoes. For a list, head to techlive.com and click on cool stuff.